Hello, welcome to GrandCare's online training. I just want to show you a little bit about what it's like for you to get going and how to navigate around inside the course. So first of all, you've received an email link that takes you to a page like this. And what you need to know about this page is that you must put in your email address. Or in my case, an alias email address. And then I have to indicate that I am a new user by checking that radio button. And I can put in my full name. And I check that I agree to the terms of use. And then I can enroll in this course. Now it says here, now that I've submitted this, that I have successfully enrolled in the GrandCare Certified Affiliate course. And it actually has a button here for me to go to the course, which I could do. In fact, maybe I will. I'll just go to the course and I can see my welcome page here for the course, and I can navigate all around inside this course. Maybe I read all that and go to the modules and see that I can start here. But let me stop here at this point, because you should stop here at this point as well, because what you really need to do is check your email again. And what I'm looking for is this: my instructor Canvas email to confirm my registration. I have to click this link in this new email to finish the registration process. It is at this point that I'm asked to create a password for myself and to choose my time zone. And I either do or don't want to receive information, news, and tips from instructor. In this case, I don't. It's up to you. Now, when I click this register button, I am in fact now registered for this course. Now, one of the first things that happens when I do is that it's inviting me to adjust my notification preferences. And let's have a quick look at that. So this has to do with what, if any, kind of notifications I want to have depending on what activities are going on. So there's a notify me right away column here, and there's a send a daily summary column right here, and there's a weekly summary column here, and then there's a don't send me anything column here on the end. So you can go through all these little things, like maybe for discussion posts, maybe I want to get that right away. So I'll just change that for myself. And then that's it. You don't need to save anything or do anything. I could then proceed to my courses. And there's the GrandCare course. So I'll click on it. Now let's take a look around. I want to make sure that you know exactly how to navigate this course. Here's this welcome message. It kind of explains the kind of things that you're going to learn in this course and so on. And then it says if you're ready to begin, you should start with this modules page. And of course, this link right here is the very same link that's here on the left-hand navigation. So you can click the modules page or this link here, and you can click it, and it will show you this. Now, you can see Module 1, and you can see there are many lessons in it, many things to do. And I want to draw your attention to this part here, where underneath this orientation, start here, you notice it says the words mark done. And that's because that's what you need to do with this particular lesson on this particular page, you need to mark it done when you're done. And you can see many of these say mark done, but then there's this quiz that says something different. It's the getting started quiz, and it's worth 7 points, and you have to score at least 7 out of 7. So you have to get all the answers right. That is one of the things that we're doing here with our quizzes here in the GrandCare online training. We don't have very many questions in our quizzes, but you have to get all the answers right. So you can see under the quiz, here's what we have to do, which is score 7 points. And then underneath this last item here in the first module, there's a different thing to do. And that thing is contribute, because this is a discussion. And in order to complete this little lesson, you have to contribute to that discussion. So let's take a quick look. I'll click on the orientation start here. And here's a little explanation as to the kind of items that you might find in most of these modules. And the fact that there are how-to videos and assignments, quizzes, and then there's often a discussion at the end. And then it says that one of the things that you need to do is how you navigate this. As you get to the bottom of a page and you're done with it, you may want to click next to get to the next item in that module. But you can't do that because you first have to mark this page as done here in the upper right hand corner. So I'm going to mark it as done. Now it says done, and only now can I successfully click through on the next button to get to the next item. And you can see here I've got the same thing. I've got the mark as done checkbox after I've read all this. And you really should, by the way, because there's a quiz at the end of this module, just like there is at the end of most other modules. And you can see if I don't mark this as done and I click next, nope, I get this little notice that I haven't actually marked the company history as done to get to this next item. So sorry, I have to go back and mark this as done, that I've read this information, and then I can click next. Here's some GrandCare team information about all the wonderful people that work at GrandCare. You should meet each and every one of us. I hope you do. When you're done taking a look at that, you can mark it as done. And I'm going through this rather quickly. You're going to want to take your time, of course, but for the purposes of making this video as short as I can, I'm going to kind of burn through these. Now we get into some video action here. So this is a video that's about activating your GrandCare account to get into the GrandCare web portal. And this video shows how to do it. Now you can watch this video. And I'm not going to watch it here, but again, I have to mark it as done when I'm completed with it. And then I can go to the next item. And here's some information about getting help, how to make a help ticket, how to send us an email, etc., our phone number, and so on. And then there's this little bonus video here that shows how to use the help wiki to find an answer to a question that you may have. And when I'm done doing this, I can mark it as done, and then I can go on to the next item. And this is a video about the 4 general areas of functionality that make up the GrandCare suite of features, the entire product. So you'll want to watch that real carefully. And for the purposes of this demo, I'm not going to. I'm going to mark it as done. And by the way, just because I've marked these as done doesn't mean I can't go back and look at them. I can. So I've marked this as done, the 4 areas of functionality. If I go back to the modules page where I get a list of all the modules in the course, you can see all of these that I've done. I can revisit them at any time. If I want to go back and watch the Getting Help video, I can do that. No problem. And now that I've completed the 4 areas of functionality, I can go in, and I can now access the 4 software interfaces video. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to finish this module so that you see what that's like. This is a little video explaining the 4 different software interfaces in the GrandCare universe, and when I'm done watching that, I'll mark it as done, and then I'll click next. And now I've gotten to my first quiz. It's the Getting Started quiz. There are instructions here on how to do this quiz. It does in fact say that you must answer every question correctly. Your quiz will be graded immediately upon submission, and any questions you answered wrong will be shown to you. You should then review the module and retake the quiz. You can retake it as many times as necessary. Hopefully it doesn't take more than 1 or 2 tries, but you must answer every question correctly, because if you do not, you will not be able to get to the next module. Now I'm going to take this quiz and not show you my answers. And I can submit my quiz. And it says that I've got 7 out of 7. If I had gotten a different score, it would say I'd gotten 6 out of 7, or maybe even 5 out of 7. And there's this button here for me to take the quiz again. Importantly, if I were just to simply try to go to the next item in this module, it would not let me, because I don't have 7 out of 7, just so you know. You have to get them all right. And once I have, I can click next. And the final component in this first module, as it will be in some of the other modules, is discussion. So here's my discussion prompt, inviting you to introduce yourself and explain your interest in GrandCare and what it is that you do in your organization. And then you have to participate in the discussion, so you might reply to it and say, and you might introduce yourself and explain what brings you here to learn about GrandCare and so on. And then you would post your reply. There it is. Then and only then can you click next into Module 2, which is on socialization features. And if I go back and look at these modules, I can see where I am. I've completed all these things. I've contributed. I've gotten 7 out of 7. I've marked everything as done. And now I'm on to Module 2, which is starts me out with the introductory video on GrandCare's socialization features. So I hope that helps you understand how to navigate through the online course.